The year was 1922. Memories of World War I remained fresh in the minds of many. Societies were still reeling from the effects of the war. During this period of instability, many young people wished to make a difference and realized that they too have the power to do good with their own hands. It was in this context that in March 1922, the first cadet division of the St. John movement was established in the United Kingdom. The cadet program then quickly established itself across the Commonwealth, eventually landing in Singapore in 1938, just as Singapore and the rest of the world were at the doorstep of yet another global war. 100 years have since passed, and the world today is very different from what it was in 1922. Some things, however, remain the same. Young people continue to remain a force for good, and the St. John Cadet Program remains a meaningful platform for young, empathetic leaders to channel their energies for the service of humanity. Earlier this year, we were privileged to welcome the President, Her Excellency Madam Halimah Yacob, for the presentation of colours to the Brigade and the new districts. On this occasion, the pride of our young people were on full display. The President had the opportunity to interact with cadets, both in person and digitally, to understand the good work that they do in the St. John movement. Although prevailing COVID-19 restrictions limited the participation of more cadets, I was particularly touched by the alumni who returned to take part in the parade. Many of these alumni were no longer actively involved with St. John, and have since moved on to pursue new interests and experiences. However, they made the decision to return when called upon, eager to contribute in their own ways to an organization which has impacted them in their formative years. Indeed, St. John cadets have remained a constant presence in our community since 1938. Your grandparents may recall seeing our cadets in action during the major floods of the 1950s and 60s, while their parents may have witnessed their friends extending a helping hand during sports day and cross-country runs. You too may have seen our cadets on duty every year at major community events such as Chingay and National Day Parade. While the past 2 years have curtailed opportunities for cadets to do good for the community, we look forward to having our cadets resume their service to humanity as COVID-19 restrictions continue to ease in the months to come. Just as the cadets of the past had their own challenges, the cadets of today and of the future will also have their battles to fight. Cadets of the 1930s had to grapple with gas masks and air raid drills, while cadets of the 1960s had to discover their new identities as Singaporean youths and the role they play in nation building. Meanwhile, cadets of today may be passionate about combating the mental health crisis, pursuing cyber wellness and digital literacy, embracing environmental sustainability, or advocating for greater diversity, equality, and inclusion. Many of our cadets may already have had opportunities to discuss these topics and issues in their classrooms or through one of our cadet proficiency batch subjects. However, St. John is also keen to work with more partners to create opportunities for our cadets to undertake such impactful work and to advance the development of such passion projects among our cadets beyond our core first aid and home nursing programs. In the later half of this year, some initiatives may be implemented to support these pursuits. I call upon volunteers, cadets, parents, and stakeholders, both past and present, to join us in supporting our current and future cadets as they create meaning out of their own St. John experience. This centenary marks a milestone for our St. John Cadet Program and the 1,000-year-long history of the St. John movement. It is also a time for reflection for St. John in Singapore as we continue to deal with the very real challenges that we face as an organization and as a community. I give thanks to the school leaders, teachers, parents, and volunteers who have given their unwavering support to St. John. Your contribution motivates us to uphold our staunch commitment to our motto, pro utilitate hominum, in the service of humanity as we look forward to the next 100 years of our cadet program. I wish you all a happy and meaningful St. John Day.